LeBron James needs just 18 points to pass Kobe Bryant for third on the NBA's all-time scoring list.
There's James, goes across the lane, lays it up, and lays it in. And there it is. He just became the third leading scorer in NBA history, passing Kobe Bryant.
When I was a kid, when I was in high school, I was growing up through the ranks when Kobe came into the league. It was, it wasn't a dream of mine to come straight, from high school at that point in time to the NBA. But I was like, wow, a 17-year-old, 18-year-old kid being able to make that leap, that's pretty damn cool. And as I started playing more ball and I went into high school, the things that he was doing on the floor, I, admired and wanted to be a part of. I went to ABCD camp, and he came and talked to all the kids that was there, and I was just listening.
You guys are cool, man. Just do your thing and go for what you know, man. Go for your dreams. Maybe I'll see you in the league one of these days. Maybe I'll be one of those young cats thinking that you can take our championship away, and it's not happening. You know what I'm saying? It's not happening.
I don't want to be like Kobe Bryant. I just want to accomplish the things that he accomplished, like winning the championship, All-Star, just doing those things.
And I remember one thing that he said, he was like, if you want to try to be great at it or want to be one of the greats, you got to put the work in. There's no substitution to work. The All-Star game, if I'm not mistaken, and y'all could correct me, was in Philly, right? Yeah, that Saturday, me and Maverick drove to the Intercontinental downtown Philadelphia, and he gave me a pair of his shoes, which I ended up wearing that following night. It was the red, white, and blue Kobe's. I was a 15, and he was a 14, and I wore them anyways. And I sat and just talked to him for a little bit. He gave me the shoes. I rocked them in the game. And it was the same night that we played Oak Hill against Melo. And then I saw what he was able to do the very next night, winning MVP here in Philly. As I got drafted, I still just admired him, seeing what he was able to accomplish, winning championships, having, being early in his career where, he learned from the misses that he had against the series against Utah. And he just used that as motivation and got better and better and better to him winning multiple championships. We take it down to 2008 where we become the Redeem Team. And it was a dream come true for me to be able to line up alongside of him. Just admiring him for so many years and seeing him from afar and, me watching and learning. And just to make a long story short, now I'm here in the Lakers uniform in Philadelphia, where he's from. Where one of the first time I ever met him, gave me his shoes, he won All-Star Week. It's surreal. It doesn't make no sense, but the universe just puts things in your life and you just giving everything to whatever you're doing. Things happen organically and it's not supposed to make sense, but it just happens.
So I said, you know what this means? This means that when I leave now, he's the oldest statesman.
Hey, man, when I'm on deck.
His last All-Star game, right there at halftime, he was getting interviewed by the great Craig Sager, rest in peace. That is an unbelievable moment right there. And I went over there and hijacked his interview.
You nervous out there?
No, just trying to see him just trying to dunk on me. He gonna lay it up at the end. He's just trying to dunk on me, Craig.
Oh, no.
He's just trying to dunk on me. This is what I miss.
You don't have that much time to play this game, and if you're able to be remembered, for the great things that you did, the positive things that you did, making people feel, great about what you did, that's a pretty cool thing. So I wrote on my shoes tonight. I think I put Mamba for life, 824 KB, because it's really that mutual. So yeah, appreciate it.
If you're just now coming home, you heard the news, you're tuning in. Again, all we know is that this was a helicopter crash that happened in Calabasas this morning. It was just around 10 o'clock. We have no idea what led the helicopter to crash. LA County Sheriff Alex Villanueva and LA County Fire Chief Daryl Osby confirming that 9 people died in that helicopter crash this morning, including Lakers legend Kobe Bryant and his teenage daughter Gigi. She was just 13 years old.
For this to happen to a great basketball player, a great father, a great human being, a guy who was just trying to, expand himself beyond basketball is a huge tragedy.
It makes you sick.
Yeah.
Life is so short. Life is so fragile. And this is just another reminder, an awful, awful reminder.
This is a time that as Laker Nation, that the only thing we can do as a Laker Nation and Laker fans is lean on each other.
The Lakers had practice today at the UCLA Health Training Center in El Segundo. Frank Vogel preparing to speak to the media.
I want to start by personally and on behalf of the Lakers family offering condolences to Vanessa Bryant and the entire Bryant family on the loss of Kobe and Gianna. We are all deeply, deeply saddened by this unthinkable tragedy. Our thoughts and prayers are with you. I also want to offer condolences to the families of the other victims that were lost in this tragedy. Our thoughts and prayers are with you as well. You know, I'm around the people that were closest to Kobe, you know, throughout his time here. You know, it's been just a deeply saddening time for all of us. You know, some questions I'm not just not going to be able to answer right now. We want to represent what he stood for. You know, that's the most important thing for us. We want to represent what he stood for.
As Backstage Lakers continues, a special look at the life and legacy of Kobe Bryant.
I don't know in the future. I don't know. That's a long way down the road.
It sure is. You got 19 or 20 years to play with the Lakers.
Yeah, 19 or 20 at least.
There are a lot of moments in sports where the outside world views them and has a reaction to it, an inspirational reaction to it, whereas us as the athletes simply see what the moment is right in front of us. That's the beauty of sports, when you can have moments like that become bigger than the moment itself and inspire other people. I mean, that's what makes sports great.
In words, how do you convey the emotions of losing a hero who embodied resilience, strength, and willpower? Along with his daughter, who seemed destined to follow his successful footsteps. Even in images, there are just too many to process to convey a historic and short-lived life. We know the beginning of the fairy tale. Kobe Bean Bryant was born in Philadelphia, spent time in Italy, and became a high school phenom at Lower Merion. But it was in Los Angeles where his career was cemented, from the moment he first held up that iconic number 8 jersey. We all know what came next, his indelible legacy on the court.
Here is Kobe Bryant, high school kid. Gets the ball. Ball in the front court. There's a dribble drive. Nice move. Wow, did you see the move by the kid? That's Kobe.
One more time.
Oh, between the legs. Kobe Bryant.
Bryant
to shot.
Shaw running one-hander. Followed in by Kobe Bryant. How good is this kid? And the Lakers are the 2000 NBA champions.
We worked so hard and we finally got a championship and it feels great.
The Los Angeles Lakers have made it 3 straight NBA championships.
Now Kobe for 3. I don't believe it. 62 for Kobe. He has more than Dallas has.
History tonight at Staples Center. 18 for 20 from the line and an 81-point game.
I couldn't even dream of this when I was a kid, you know, there's just no way possible.
Kobe Bryant, the 2007-2008 NBA Most Valuable Player Award.
The Larry O'Brien Trophy to the 2009 NBA champion Los Angeles Lakers.
The Lakers repeat back-to-back titles.
this is the sweetest. This one's by far the sweetest because it's against them and because it's the hardest one by far.
But it's his legacy off the court which propelled this hero from superstar athlete to legend.
They had us take pictures with Kobe. It was amazing.
I love your haircut. Thank you. I love it. If I could grow hair again, I'd do that. I know. But I put your name in the back of my head.
Behind the scenes, behind the curtain, is where that bright smile and radiant personality transcended the sport. There were philanthropic efforts to an area close to home.
I think homelessness is a cause that is kind of flown under the radar. Coming home from a game, leaving Staples Center, you start looking around, you see Skid Row's literally right around the corner from where I play.
As well as countless charitable contributions to the next generation.
It's on us to challenge this generation and the generations to come to figure out what their passion is and then what their purpose is, and then to help them, providing the resources to be able to accomplish those dreams and accomplish those goals.
What's up, sweetheart? Good to see you. When I was a kid, I used to love the sound that it makes. I listened to the game on TV and it makes that. You should keep that ball. Take it as a souvenir. Yeah.
To watch your kid's dream come true like that, you can't put a price on that, and for Kobe Bryant to come and do that for her, there are no words.
Always a pleasure to meet you.
His impact was felt throughout the city, wherever he went, including LA's other sports cathedral, Dodger Stadium.
Kobe, what's up, dude? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Good to see you, too. Nice meeting you.
It's time for Dodger baseball. What's up?
All further ingraining his legacy in this city. His city. Kobe Bryant's life's work was the pursuit of perfection. Basketball was his platform to welcome any other celebrity from any walk of life. Even teammates in his locker room turned into fans, requesting autographs.
Thanks, homie.
Got him, my brother.
Good game.
Not for me, man. Per se.
And periodically, he would invite those who even inspired him.
You hear sports heroes being thrown around all the time. Then you have real-life heroes. For those guys to just unconsciously just react and not think about themselves, but think about protecting others. Those are true role models. We want our kids to behave thinking about others, not thinking about themselves. And in the moment of when their life was on the line, they thought about others.
Pleasure. Pleasure.
There were challenges surrounding his prominence. The crowds and throngs of fans could reach mythic proportions, especially overseas in China.
I came out here, the reaction and the passion that they have for the game. It was fun to be around. It's harder for me to walk around here than it is in the States.
Back home, the annual season launching ritual of Media Day always resulted in a swarm. Much like a jump shot on the court, Kobe treated this situation, any situation, with ease. Even if it required speaking a different language.
La familia es siempre número uno, ¿no? Cuando empieza el campeonato, no somos familia.
Somos Lakers.
One word he could always translate was champion, which required an unwavering work ethic, making the training room in Staples Center his sanctuary to constantly heal. The miles on his body, the knees he willed to keep moving, the post-game exhaustion in the locker room. Ultimately, we all felt the pain when he clutched his Achilles, took those 2 final free throws,
Got it.
and delivered one of the most heartfelt post-game interviews of his career.
I was really tired, man. Just tired in the locker room, upset and dejected and thinking about this. mountain, man, to overcome. I mean, this is a long process, you know. I wasn't sure I could do it. Then, you know, your kids walk in and you're like, you know, I gotta set an example. You know, Daddy's gonna be fine. I'm gonna do it. You know, work hard and just go from there.
That resilience was key to his comeback. The final season quickly turned into a farewell tour for the ages, with a showering of cheers, messages, gifts, and endless admiration from every player at every opposing arena. And all those athletes and celebrities gave him one last salute.
We are here to celebrate greatness for 20 years.
You had an illustrious career. I can remember you telling me at 18-year-olds that you're going to be the best Laker ever. And guess what? You are the best Laker ever.
My brother, just congratulations. You had an incredible career. I'm just so proud of you. So honored that part of my career has been with you, and we had incredible success together.
I'd never seen anybody who wanted to win so badly and wanted as much information as possible.
I really believe he's the Michael Jordan of this generation, Kobe Bryant, and became someone that all of us idolized, all of us mocked.
I remember the first time I saw him warming up, he took the ball like this, dribbled it over his head and between his legs, and I went like that, you know, I mean, you've been an inspiration to us all, and LA loves you.
Here in LA, but all over the country, baby. I've admired you, respect you, and you've done it right. And it's great to pass that torch to you, you know.
Thank you, Buck.
Hey, baby. Thank you. It's your thing, baby.
And even if you couldn't ask for anything more, the script of his final game turned into a screenplay that no Hollywood director dare write. Because we cannot make this up.
And look who has the ball.
Pulls up, two-pointer, go! Kobe's second free throw, good, he has 60.
20 years of unforgettable moments on the court. His next chapter, however, was just beginning. Backstage Lakers is brought to you by Carl's Jr. Backstage Lakers is presented by the Mercedes-Benz dealers of Southern California. Kobe's Herculean 60-point finale was yet another chapter in his NBA storybook. After the game, once again, his most important teammates off the court were there in celebration.
I think he's going to seek out the family, and he does.
And behind closed doors with friends and family, his example never wavered.
We were debating school tomorrow for the kids or no school?
School? Nah, you don't sit here and see me score 60 and I understand how hard I had to work to do that. You're getting up tomorrow going to school. No question about
it. Beyond the game, the most important part of his legacy was undoubtedly his family. During Kobe's final season, his family traveled around the country on the road with him, most notably to the arena he loved to hate, the Boston Garden.
This place has really meant a lot for my career. You know, I can't stress that enough, and which is why I wanted my kids here, I wanted my family here. I wanted them to be able to be in this building. I wanted them to be able to see this and experience this. Yeah, I remember, you know, my daughter was having a hard time with softball, and semifinal game striking out. She was crying, she was mad, and you know, I showed her the video of us losing to the Celtics, and me walking out the court crying, and I said, listen, it's fine, you just gotta bounce back. So that's the kind of profound, you know, impact this building has had, man.
We watched his daughters grow up before our very eyes. And as his second daughter, Gianna, took a passion to the sport he helped redefine, Kobe in turn became an ambassador for women's basketball.
Kobe tweeted at me after I scored 60 points in a game, and it kind of went from there. And he tweeted at me a couple other times after I got a game winner. It put women's basketball on the map, which I think people started tuning in a lot more and gave him a lot more respect for the game.
She can play. I mean, you know, you watch her game is very well balanced. I saw she scored 60. It didn't seem like much of a fluke to me.
Hi.
This is our youngest Gianna.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Hi, Natalia.
Rachel, nice to meet you.
My wife, Vanessa.
Hello,
Hi, nice to meet you. It meant the world to me to meet him and just be able to talk to him face to face.
And who could imagine a second act without basketball? Kobe could, redefining what a champion was. An Academy Award for Dear Basketball. The books. The roar of the crowd when he came back to Staples as a spectator.
Kobe Bryant.
This is where Daddy used to work.
Not one, but 2 jerseys in the rafters.
You know, it's a surreal feeling because I can remember back all the hard work and, you know, all the difficult days. Even more so than the glory days, the difficult days. You know, the days before the lights come on and shoot and shoot and shoot and shoot, and you know, the days of doubt. Like I remember all that stuff, and so to finally be here in this moment, to watch how fast it kind of blew by, it's a kind of a surreal feeling. You know, to understand that my jersey is going to be hanging up there with the guys that I've grew up admiring and were inspirations, kind of North Stars for me. To now be up there side by side with them, it's crazy.
That presence, which now didn't involve wearing a jersey, still radiated across the arena he helped build. And the bond between Kobe and Gianna grew stronger and stronger. The last game the two watched together at Staples Center would be December 29th, 2019. This unthinkable accident took from us a worldwide phenomenon. A basketball legend, a mentor, a husband, and a father. But it will never take his spirit, his passion, and his purpose.
Basketball is something that'll come and eventually go. The beauty in that is trying to use that time to inspire others.